the girl, I believe her name, the woman, Linda Sarsour, I believe.
I've got the article right here.
She was on Rachel Maddow before this march talking about it, saying, you know, 22 states in this country don't allow Sharia law. They don't allow us to practice our religion. It's like, no, sure, you could practice Islam, but Sharia law is
You're not going to take a newborn girl and cut her genitals off.
It's a separate tenet of the religion. It's kind of an aside. So it's like, here's...
Oh, yeah, they're using our freedom
and here's
to
our
ban
Constitution, you know, their version of it. And it's like, no.
No, it's liberal women saying the West that empowers women has enslaved them in my face, hating me.
The thing that's wrong is it's not 50 states that don't allow Sharia law. 22.
Well, you know what it is? It's classic Stockholm syndrome. They're so spoiled, they want to be slaves. Here's part of it where she talks about the CIA and the foundations wanting to work with her. Again, it's not about empowering women. It's about making you totally poor, turning men into betas, and ending society. Here it is.
Gloria, at the festival, you worked for the Independent Research Service.
That's right.
Well, exactly when did your own association with the CIA start, and in what fashion? Did they come to you, or did you go to them?
In 1958, when I came home from India, I discussed with student leaders, past and present, many of them active with the National Student Association, this kind of small foundation to encourage Americans to go. They thought it was a good idea, too. I was then told by foundations and professors and friends that I should not do this, that I would get in trouble with the House Un-American Activities Committee, the American Legion, all of
those. We're still battling those
50s people. And I became convinced that it was impossible. It was at that point that the student leaders said to me that they had in the past received funds for international programs from the CIA, and that they felt that this was important and could also be partly funded by the CIA.
All right, let's stop right there.
Did you feel it?
Miss Magazine, the mainstream media, all of it, not to empower women, but to totally enslave women. And look at the statistics today. Illegitimacy, it's all collapsing. The illiteracy, it's all there.
Right. Yeah, I remember doing a big report about this and just cultural Marxism and where it really all started. And it wasn't about empowering women to get them in the workforce. It was about creating new tax income, new slave workers, breaking up the family. I mean, this is a whole big plan that, as we can see, Gloria Steinem has been a part of it for decades. And, you know, women just think that it's we are ripping away their rights, their freedom.
And they think making men, it's like we're in competition with men.
Right.
Men already are 40% of the college graduates. It's all, don't worry, men are gone. There's no men left. It's all over. Well, everything's wrecked.
Here's the thing that's really infuriating to me is that women are always kind of at the front lines when there's any kind of a movement, civil rights, this and that. But who's going to speak up for them when they're obsolete? Because if you look at the cover of National Geographic magazine and it's like the gender revolution, they have a man, they have a transgender man, a bi-gender woman, a transgender woman, and then some other thing.
That's very astute what you just said. That's what you just said is so astute.
But you're just your heterosexual female woman, not represented at all on there. A woman who is just your typical woman who wants to love a man and start a family, and you're unnecessary. You're not a part of the gender revolution. I mean, to me, that is insane. Like, women fight on Twitter. They're like, don't talk about your period because not all women have vaginas. Like, I'm sorry, what? You're going to just...
It's all about an attack on the species. Obsolete. It's all about a shutdown of the species, Leanne.
Right.
They would say, hey, Saudi Arabia is who really funds Hillary. And they would say, oh, no, Donald Trump's the one that got that funding. And then we kind of moved on. But the point is he got zero money from Saudi Arabia that literally enslaves women. And that's what's so crazy. They're bitching at the West that was about... I mean, the whole West is about worshiping the goddess. Let's just get down to brass tacks.
You think about countries like Saudi Arabia that totally oppress women and will stone them to death for, you know, having sex outside of marriage or for any little thing that they do. What do you think about that?
I think it's absolutely horrible. It's outrageous, and I think that all women deserve their human rights. That in every single country, within every single nation, we all deserve the same rights. We all deserve respect, and we all deserve to be treated exactly like men are treated. Maybe even we're not asking for special privileges. We're asking for the same privileges.
Did you guys support Hillary Clinton?
We did.
Well, did you you know that Hillary Clinton took millions of dollars from Saudi Arabia for her campaign?
She raised millions of dollars for her campaign, and compared to what Donald Trump raised, like incomparable. He used the money that he raised to pay for a portrait in his home, which I think what Hillary Clinton did is amazing, and it's a shame.
All right, so these same women don't know she raised 50 times the corporate money Trump did, literally. That Saudi Arabia gave no money. They just say, oh, a portrait. Oh, he had no crew. He had no audience. Saudi Arabia loves me. This is upside down world, Leanne.
It's absolutely flipped, inverted reality. We are dealing with people who are living in a dual reality, and we have to remember that. That's why it feels...
How do women look under Islam versus with Trump?
Well, they're oppressed. Just by nature, you are the underclass. You can get stoned for being raped. You can get thrown in jail. If you're the victim of rape...
Oh, no, they do that. You get raped and you report it, because rape is ubiquitous, you are killed.
And then you've shamed your family so they can, honor kill you.
Or acid on your face.
Right. Because you didn't cover your hair, or you let your ankles show in public. So, or you went out to the grocery store by yourself without your male escort.
Look, let's just say it. Modern Islam, particularly, is about covering the sun that is women. It's all about just putting a bag over the most beautiful thing there is.
Well, women in the West have more rights than anyone. We're more free than any other country. Men have less rights than us, frankly. We have it great here. So the fact that you have all these women out there in just a total Wally world.
I'm not just saying this. Look at chivalry. It's all about women are on a pedestal.
Let me open the door for you. And yeah, someone will say, oh, well, that's because they assume that I'm just weaker. And I'm like, no, obviously I can open up a door, but I really appreciate it when a guy's like, here you go, woman. Like,
what it says is men are ready to die for their families.
Exactly. And I mean, that to me is one of the reasons why
Instead, in Islamic countries, they use the women and children for bombs because they don't matter. Only men matter.
Exactly.
And it's a total inversion. It makes me sick.
Yeah. No, you're so right with that. And that's what happened to the honor with honoring the fact that men would put their lives on the line for their family. But now it's that, oh, you're so pathetic. You can't even buy the right cereal at the grocery store. Oh, I'll do it myself.
Every show is about how dumb men are.
Right.
And we've been made pathetic. The average man just doesn't know what to do. They're totally collapsing. It's sick. Leanne, great points. What an amazing broadcast.